There's a lot of money singing over. Come to me. Good morning, everyone. So, I've got this shirt, and I've got to take a ribbon all around here on the shirt, on this collar. Luckily, it's not a stretchy fabric. That's good. I did good on that. The shirt does look good. I will be dressing as Tuxedo Sam from Sanrio. That is the outfit. And I got nails and everything for it, so. I got my pink ribbon. My thread. Where else do I need? A needle. And this guy. And something to put my needle in. I don't have a pin cushion to put my needle in. Yesterday I was using a pillow. Not gonna lie. I'm sorry. Dino, you're here and reachable. Dino will be holding the needle. Everyone say hi to Dino. Got some floor dust on him. And for now, I need to figure out how much ribbon. I almost had the exact amount of ribbon. So last night, if you saw any of like the TikTok, YouTube short videos I posted, I sewed a pink ribbon onto this hat. Okay, I'm going to okay. So the corner, I don't think that's gonna be continuous. So I think the corner will have to go. I'm looking at both sides of the ribbon going, is one of you shinier than the other? Looks like maybe. This isn't gonna be able to bend, is it? At least not at that angle, no. What I'm gonna do is probably... I also just realized there's a thing I'm missing. That's fine. Give me a second. There's nobody here. I'll let y'all have chow. Lighter. So what I do is I burn the edges of my stuff so that I don't have to worry so much about it fraying. So yeah. Little hat. He took my scissors out of my bed. Where did he put them? Like, hey, don't fall asleep with scissors in your bed. I'm like, cool. You didn't put them where they go. I love him. I love him, I love him, I love him. Put him in the disco hat. For anyone who does not know Tuxedo Sam, it is this little cutie. This is Tuxedo Sam. This is who I will be cosplaying as. In most art, he has a pink ribbon on his little sailor hat, and he is precious. And I don't know why I love him so much. I don't even see him all that often, but right now he's my favorite Sanrio character. difference. As the girls are disappearing. Expected and expect. I can hear words. It's lovely, I despise the summer sun. Alright. I think let's cut a little bit longer than we need. Alright, I don't have a fan pointed at me. Remember to always be very careful when you do this. This is a trick a friend of mine taught me years ago. I'm gonna put you right there. With each other else. If I'm feeling hopeless, nothing's. And I'm in the cycle. 6. Somebody should speak to me. Your workings. Neither like it, baby, helps you won't give me. I'm lonely, I'm seeking a type. Help each other close. I'm feeling hopeless, nothing's. And I can feel some shit approaching. Okay, I think this is long enough. Also, I'm gonna let y'all see my table. The tiny space I'm working. Yesterday, I was working a lot from my bed. Remember, always be careful doing this. And try not to set yourself on fire. What did I drop? I'm always dropping something. And I no longer swim. Okay, I see. The sunlit day. There we go. Have angles. And my daddy's son was a romantician. Red signs of the magician. That he was no dummy. Did outrageous things with a mummy. Better dead than they did alive. Others will I learned the trade. I thought our looks would never fade. I could find my recipe to give eternal youth to me. So always my ambition to lose my past tuition. Lived upon a mission from the vagaries of time. Every little ray of sunshine robbed me of my youth. Who's to blame? Who's to run? Who to face? You don't have the rest of the enemies. The sun. I'm gonna do these 2 little pieces first. Where are you? There's already some pink thread left in here. I'm gonna use the rest of that and then re-thread the needle. Lights of the world of darkness. Oh, I came in the wrong way for this. Shit. I was supposed to come in for the back. Oh well. You're already here, sir. See, this is what we have right now. These are very pretty basic stitches, so I don't think the sewing will do well. This is a nice shirt I got, though. Water. I have this excess right here. Does it? Yeah. So we have this side. Music. I don't mind having a little extra fabric. Oh, I should have sewed up here on this edge. I didn't think about that. Oh no! That's around to be the music. Alright. This one through. I did this a little wrong. That's okay. Now, I have a threaded needle. I went to do the tying part before I had actually pulled the thread through, which I do sometimes. So a lot of times I'll put the thread through the little threader before actually doing the things. Also, it is 5:11 as I'm sewing this. I think I didn't say edge right. Let's see. Hold me close, I with you moving. Oh, that didn't go through properly. Not up. Oh, the strings. There we go. Doodles I undo. I'd fat doodles I undo. Doodles I unbreak. And the roses just a through. I think I won't. I won't stay. The roses just a through. Oh no. One for the night, for the work is hard. One for the look and the dental car. The dental car. Doodles I undo. Alright. So, this is what the ribbon here is looking like, and I still got the rest of this to do. I'm gonna do this side, and hopefully do a little bit better on it. Little side on break. I've got days I'm to run, and days I can't breathe. Sometimes I'm to the sun, and to the rain. We've lost and lived it all. I've never lived up for heartaches. One for the night till the milk is hard. One for the look and the dental far. One for the night till the rental car. Doodles I undo. One for the night till the milk is hard. One for the night till the and win. I hope I have enough thread. I should. Should have plenty of thread for this. This feels like enough. I want you all to remember, I am not a professional sewer, or seamstress, or tailor. I was taught how to make plushies while homeless one year. I don't think I've actually told that story. So for anyone who's on YouTube, y'all have seen the 26 part thing about, like, my crazy family. There's more shit. But right now it's at 26 parts, and I think only the first 2 were posted to TikTok. But there's about to be more. Because bullshit happened legit at 1:28 this morning. So let that sit with y'all. At that time I string. But when I learned to sew, I was in high school. So throughout, like, middle school and most of high school, we were on and off again homeless. So We squatted in an abandoned house. We lived in the car off and on. That is essentially what was up. Until my senior year of high school, when my mom got evicted from where she was staying with my brother and his friend while I was doing my visitation time for my dad's side. Because yay, divorce. So, wait, start from the other side, child. That. But yeah. So. There was one time we were living in a place. I think it was actually that trailer. So we were living in a trailer that my mom was renting with my brother and one of his friends, I believe. I think this would have been 2011. Because I feel like that's when I learned to sew. And essentially, there had been an incident. I don't know if any of y'all remember what spice is or whatever, but it was essentially a synthetic version of weed that was legal at the time. I think it is illegal now due to certain instances. And my brother's friend, and I think my brother as well, they had smoked some of it or whatever you do with it. And they had gotten very messed up and were acting really weird. And they scared my mom. So I wasn't there when this incident happened. I was doing my visitation. So every other weekend, I had to go to my grandfather's place to do visitation because my father had rights to me every other weekend. And my father was not currently in the state of Georgia and did not have a residence. I refused to really stay with my dad because my dad had an alcohol problem at the time, and my racist sister pretty much took over his whole house at one point. So I didn't like visiting there because she's a controlling bitch and I don't like dealing with her. And she's still on her controlling bitchy and possibly drug addict ways because she woke up my other sister at 1 a.m. this morning and I got that lovely text. Like, she's so awful. My sister wants to leave and never visit my papa's house ever again. Like, that's how bad she is. Hello, everyone that's in the TikTok chat for joining the TikTok live stream. We're working on a Tuxedo Sam cosplay as I talk about my bullshit family. So, while I was doing visitation at my grandpa's, which is my papa, so y'all don't get it confused. My husband had struggled with it when he first heard it. Papa is grandpa, daddy is dad, obviously. So I was visiting my papa for my weekly visitation. I might have also, instead of being at my papa's, I could have been, because my sister, I think, was married by this point with at least one child. The second one wasn't born yet. And so a lot of times for my visitation, I would just go to my sister's house. And I would just stay over there and sleep on their couch. That's the overtime alarm if I work overtime on Saturdays. Don't worry about that. I've been awake since 3 a.m. I got problems. Oh, this house is haunted. But, yeah. But while I was away, my brother and his friend and roommate, I guess they did spice or something, and they were acting really weird, and they freaked out my mom because I remember my mom calling me panicking. And so this is like 2011. There was nothing I could do. I'm 2 hours away in a whole nother county. And I'm like, what do you want me, like, your daughter to do for you, as you're calling? But I remember after that, my mom kind of felt like she couldn't leave her room. It wasn't safe. So luckily there was like a door that exited uh from the bedroom me and her shared. So like I would leave and come in for there and I sat with her. But I remember it being really hot and I was like bored one summer and I think she was bored too. And so she taught me how to sew. She taught me how to sew some dolls. Very, very basic dolls with like some old, really old dingy fabric. It smelled awful. So, yeah. There we go. Got this sewn now. I've tied down the ribbon fabric, the thread. Very, very careful. But yeah, like, we stopped leaving the bedroom. So, like, I would go to school and then come back. Not my ribbon. But yeah, so after that, my mom pretty much stopped leaving the room. And my mom's got manic depression too. So, like, there was, like, a good long period where she wouldn't even get out of bed. Like, I would go to school and then come home, and like most of the time at that place, she couldn't pay the light bill, so there was no lights or electricity for a long time. But I would come home and she wouldn't have eaten. So like I would make, when we had electricity, I would make tomato sandwiches. When we didn't have electricity, I would make peanut butter sandwiches. And I would make one for her and one for me. My brother wouldn't be home at that time. I think he would be at work. And so sometimes he would bring home food. A lot of times he would bring home food, if I recall. Because that would be the only thing I would eat for like the day. But like I would make her food and then I would go about going to my room, listening to my music and vibing the fuck out. But yeah. That's how I learned to sew. And then I know for my senior year, I took a home ec class with like some finance stuff in it. And I learned to use a sewing machine. I made a blue bag that I think I had for a couple of years because I kind of hoard and keep things that have sentimental value to me. It bugs my husband so much. But I'm like, this is important. It's got sentimental value. But that's how I learned to sew. And I know, like, I went and I taught, like, my sister and her friend to sew, like, little bunny rabbits. And I have one of those little bunny rabbits. I had him in the windowsill for the longest time. He's no longer there. But we had, like, a little sewing girl circle where we would watch, like, Sailor Moon or something and sew. I need to tie off this string soon. That's how I learned to sew. And I know very basic sewing. And the one, like, couple of weeks where we used the sewing machine in class at, this would have been my senior year, I feel like. So it would have been Rockdale County High. It was for such a brief period. I also remember, like, the finance portion where, they told us that you should only use 1/4 of your income for your rent, one check for utility bills and such. And I'm like, that is not possible, sir. My check on average is a little over 500, and my rent is where I live is about 600, 6 to 700. That's because I live in a trailer, and luckily I have cheaper lot rent than others because my trailer is smaller and was built in like the 70s or 60s. And man, does it show. Ah, shit. The Fred nodded. I hate when that happens. Sometimes the thread will knot like this, and it's such a pain. Y'all can't see it, but I can. Pain. The thing, my mom doesn't use a threader. What my mom does is she puts like the thread in her mouth and then struggles to get the thread for the needle. So I highly recommend if you struggle with threading a needle, use this threader tool. It is super useful and helpful. Did I cut the string on this other side? No. Oh, no. I dropped the thread. Where are you? Ah, damn it. Ah, breathe, Chrissy, breathe. I have one in. This better be more than enough thread for what I need to do. Where's the other end? Alright. You want to take these two ends, put them together. But because I only know so much about sewing, I only know like how to do like two stitches. Two or three different stitches. That's about it. But hey, that's all I've ever really needed to know. But I'm also going to be making a bigger cosplay next year. And the reason you want to knot it up like this, like you want to take it and like make a big knot, is so that it doesn't go through your fabric. It gets caught once you go through that end. happening right now. Alright. Gonna go through. There's already some thread. And yeah, I've seen like a lot of people who kind of do this more professionally. They use pins to hold things in place until they get to that section. I just line it up every single time like a crazy person. Also, I do not recommend keeping the needles in your mouth. It's a good way to stab yourself, because I have done so. But you know what? I'm the only one wearing this little project. And I still gotta sew red ribbon to a shirt that's sitting somewhere. I do contact about to breathe. You'll be making a name and I'll be there. There's nothing like the laughter that we share. Shoulder to arm. Also, yesterday, so I did this yesterday. I don't know if any of y'all saw like the little TikToks or YouTube shorts, but I sewed this ribbon on here yesterday. And my husband, when he came home, is like, "Oh, you did really good. Did you make sure to wear a thimble?" And I just looked at him like, "Nope." Also, I don't think he realizes we don't have a thimble in this house. If we do, I don't think I know what a thimble is. Because I don't have no thimble, so I've got sheer audacity and the willing to go, I'll risk stabbing my finger. Because Lord help me, I have. Because legit, so while sewing this hat and going through, I had my finger here to race the fabric, because this is a denser, tougher fabric. So it takes a little bit of force to get through. So everyone praise my husband. Hi, Palmon. Hi, Joseph. Welcome in. But we working on Tuxedo Sam. I talk shit about my relatives. Sing some karaoke. Control. No. It's there. Feeling control. Apart. I make a wish. I'm a shooting star. Oh, but speaking about, so I mentioned this earlier in the stream. So, I'm the youngest of 6. Let's start there. For anyone who hasn't seen the Crazy Family series. And so it's, my dad had Race's sister and the vet with his first wife. The vet is not in the military. She is an animal vet. I understand that that's hard to remember, but she's a vet tech, if I recall correctly. And then my mom, at 14 and 16, had my 2 brothers. And both of them are gamers. One custody of the eldest was given to my maternal grandmother and her husband, who was my step-grandpa, my mom's stepfather. And then the other one, he lived with us. God damn, my thread's nodding. Please don't nod on me. Please be my friend. Let's get along, please. Yep, there we go. And then my parents got together and they had my sister and me. My sister and I are 2 years apart. So all of my mom's kids, 2 years apart. What I do know, I believe, is that my racist sister is about 12 to 13 years difference or so between, like, my mom and her. Like, so they, of course, were never going to get along, but she's always been a bitch, and I think her mom also taught her to be a bitch. Her mom was not the best either. My dad divorced her mom, the racist sister's mom, his first wife, because he came home from working and found her cheating with another man in his house. And the only time my daddy's ever been arrested is because of his first wife and racist sister, as far as I know. As far as I know. But racist sister, she's a control freak. She is a major control freak. She has to be in control of everything. And if she don't like you and knows she can't control you, she will bully and harass you and all this shit. And I didn't put up with that shit, so I didn't visit. I stopped visiting my dad altogether because of her. And then she stole the bedroom I had there. So the couple of times I did go visit, I had to sleep on a couch in the living room as this bitch was doing drugs loud as shit with her friends trying to sleep, not aware that I was awake. I can be a heavy sleeper if I can go to sleep and if I can relax. I couldn't relax in that house. And like she has 3 kids. And I remember being over there and her son, who is 8 years younger than me, wanted to watch a rated R movie at 10 p.m. And I like, you can't. I'm not allowed to watch anything rated R because I'm also a minor. And I told him, no, you can't. Because, bitch, I have to sleep in this living room. And then he was like, well, can we call your mom and ask permission? I'm like, no, dude, it's 10 p.m. She's asleep. Like, he was a child. I don't think he realized. I know, like, he's an adult now, and I know he has a child. And I hope things are going well for him. I haven't seen him in a minute. Last I heard, I think he was talking about moving out of state with his girlfriend. But I know shortly after that, she moved the couch I was sleeping on into my sister's bedroom, so I was now sleeping on a couch in my sister's bedroom. And also, like, she would constantly, one, this bitch can't cook. The racist sister cannot cook. She can't cook to save her damn life. Can't cook shit. I went over one Thanksgiving and it smelled like nothing. Like, it didn't even smell like food. And supposedly she had cooked. So I'm like, the fuck did you cook? But, like, she would constantly cook food that I couldn't eat. And then force me to wash the fucking dishes. And then act all surprised when she realized, oh, you didn't eat? Well, eat some. And I'm like, I can't. I don't eat this. And then got pissy because I was picky. And I'm like, y'all aren't bitching about the one cousin who only eats chicken nuggets, a certain brand of pepperoni pizza, and Mountain Dew? So I'm like, I'm sorry, racist sister. No, bullshit. Like, legit, my dad and sister wouldn't even eat at home. My dad would take my sister out to eat because they couldn't eat at my dad's own damn house. But my dad let her stay because it's his daughter. Even though she's stolen from you and done all this bullshit. But also, he wanted to see his grandbabies. So, kinda get it, whatever. But right now, I know she has custody of her eldest granddaughter, which she should not. Because she's constantly leaving that baby alone. Like, my sister has to pay her kid, her youngest child, to watch this child so that my sister doesn't have to watch her and so that the baby's not unattended. Because Race's sister won't pay you. Like, Race's sister will say, oh, I'm only going to go to, like, Publix to go buy milk, and then 3 hours later, she's not here. Like, she's been gone for 3 hours. And then I'm just over here, like, the Publix is at most a 5 to 10 minute drive away. And you're gone for 3 hours to get milk for your child, and you left me alone and didn't even know if I knew how to change a fucking diaper, which I fucking didn't. So yeah, that's the reason I hate children. Is because Race's sister did that shit. The vet tech also did it, but not so much with me. She did it with our nanny. So yeah. But yeah. So Race's sister, she's on some bullshit. Like, legit, she's gone on random rants saying, I'm not on drugs, I'm not on drugs. And then done speed in front of our sister. And then I hear about it. But, like, I was talking to my dad the other day, and it's like, yeah, I'm home. And, like, he's trying to, like, keep an ear out for the toddler, like, the 3-year-old, who is not potty trained from what I've heard. Because he saw that she was just alone in the house, because she always is. Like, my sister and her husband both work, and they've come home to find this child just alone outside, just alone playing outside in the yard. No supervision, none. And mind you, this baby is 3 years old. Like, they came home at one point and found the 3-year-old with her bicycle on the trampoline and no adult in sight. And so, like, my sister, her and her husband, they had and have been having a tough go of everything. And so they're currently living in the basement at my papa's house. Which, mind you, every time it rains, it floods in that basement. So that's fun. But my racist sister, the racist sister, she is pulling some bullshit. So, like, she's locking, like, the front door and the door from the basement to, the inside the house. So, like, you have to walk around. And the reason they do that is because the basement, it's a very, very steep stairway with only, like, flimsy water pipes, or, like, what is used for water pipes as a handle. So, like, we've all fallen down the bitch before. Hold on. Where's my noodle at right now? So it's, like, dangerous to have that door unlocked, especially with little kids around. unless someone is going down there actively to do laundry. So that door remains locked. So when my sister, her 2 children, and her husband need to go, like, use the bathroom or to bathe, they have to go in through the door, the front door, or the side door. It's really the side door. The front door leads to a different area. But they have to go for the door on the house. And a lot of times, Race's sister will just lock that shit so often that my sister had to have our papa make a spare house key. And Papa, he's old. He's in like his 80s, almost 90s. He was born a month before Pearl Harbor happened. And he's just not questioning the shit. And so he made them a spare key so they can get into the house. Because Race's sister keeps locking them fuck out and they can't go, you know, to the bathroom or to bathe or anything when they need to. And also, she won't let them cook upstairs. She will not allow them to go upstairs and cook anything or use the kitchen whatsoever because she's a fucking control freak. So my sister is stuck with whatever they can, like, pick up delivery food-wise, and whatever they can cook in the fucking microwave that they have that's down in the basement. I think at one point there was, like, a stove in the basement, like a... But I don't know if that stove is still there or the stovetop works. Because, you know, it floods every time it rains, and I don't know where they have that stove situated, if there is a stove there, if I recall that correctly. But mostly, whatever they can fit in the fucking microwave that they have down there in a mini fridge. Because, like, my sister, when they had food stamps and qualified for food stamps, she would buy food and help, like, the whole house food-wise. And then Race's sister would be like, no, this is all ours now, and would not share. Because that's just the kind of bullshit person she is. But now, she's, like, bitching about, like, my sister and her husband and their children not bathing enough. But I'm like, you give them shit every time they go to take a bath or to go use the bathroom. So how are they supposed to? And you give them shit about even using, like, the washing machine and dryer. So, bitch, what are they supposed to do? My dad doesn't even do laundry at the house. My dad lives at this house with Papa. And Race's sister, who has taken up pretty much the bedroom, the living room, and the room that used to be the foyer, or whatever you want to call it. It's where we put the Christmas tree. Essentially, this house has 2 living rooms. Because the front door leads to this first living room that's, like, a really large, kind of, like, rectangle space. It's where we put the Christmas tree every year, or used to. And for a brief period, it was converted into a bedroom for a relative. And so, like, she's took over those 3 spaces, the kitchen, because by her being the only one to cook Papa's food, she's just like, look, I'm useful, I'm helpful. Even though she's not working, she's not paying any of the bills. Like, my sister is helping pay the bills at this house. Race's sister is not. But I also know Dad and Papa aren't going to do anything because family. Like, I guess she's going to have to do something really egregious again. But yeah. But this morning, because TikTok live stream, I don't think they keep these. YouTube live stream, I don't care if it's on YouTube. But apparently this morning, I woke up. So I woke up at 3 because I have a weird sleep cycle. I'm also on my period, so I'm more irritable and bitchy. But, like, I woke up at 3, I got up to pee, and I take my phone with me, because I'm like, I'm probably not going to go back to sleep. And I didn't, because I had cramps show up shortly after. And I have a text from my sister. Racist sister don't text me because I'm just like, no, you racist and I don't want nothing to do with you. You called me nothing but a dirty N-word lover. And also she tried to say, like, I've never said the N-word. Bitch, I've heard you say it. Tell me another lie. Like, you said it multiple times. Like, I don't care if your best friend is black. My husband is black. We know your ass is racist as shit. This thread is almost ending. And that's okay. But yeah, I got a text from my sister because racist sister, decided she wanted to scream down the staircase to the basement from the top of the stairs at my sister's husband. Because there's trash on the burn pile that Papa told them to put there. But also, bitch, it's 1:28 in the morning. So my sister's pretty sure that she's high and also yelling at this random time because she knows our dad and Papa are both heavy sleepers. They are heavy, heavy sleepers. So she knows they ain't gonna wake up. But, like, I know from what I've heard, you on drugs, you're not watching this baby. You leave this baby unattended all the time. And I'm like, what is it going to take for CPS to come and take your the baby you have custody away because you're doing this shit? But granted, she knows how to, like, sweet talk her way out of this bullshit. But you really shouldn't have custody of that child. But I'm like, you gonna, like, open the door to the basement and start screaming down the stairs at a man who is sleeping, who works over 40 hours a week, and then wake up his wife. And my sister don't say shit because she's afraid of racist sister. She's afraid of what she'll do. We also know that she gets into, like, our Papa's ear because Papa's old. He's easily messed with. And so, like, she almost got my sister and her husband kicked out of the house. Got a knot in here. Oh, fuck it. We're just gonna make it work. But yeah. So my poor sister got woke up at early as shit in the morning. After she also worked over 40 hours this week because she took overtime. Because she's trying to get as much money saved as she can so she can apply to move the fuck out of this house. And she's told me, like, that I'm gonna have to be the one to visit Papa because she's probably not gonna visit ever again because of racist sister. Which sucks because Papa in his old age don't go nowhere. Like last year for Thanksgiving, because she was the one cooking, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go and say hi. That's what I did. I went and I said hello. Alright, so I cut the ribbon too short. But you know what? We've got a little extra bit right here. We're gonna tuck in over here. Hello, welcome in. I'm ranting about my bullshit family as I sew and work on a Tuxedo Sam cosplay. I have to sew this ribbon onto this shirt. Yeah, so she's up, obviously, 1:30 in the morning, high on whatever the fuck she's high on. I don't know what all drugs this woman does. And just yelling and fussing at people at random o'clock. Waking up my sister. And as I was texting my sister, how did our dad not wake up? And then I was like, oh yeah, dad's a heavy sleeper. Of course he's not gonna wake up for that shit. So yeah. So I feel bad for my sister. I also feel horrible for my papa. Because my sister and her kids, once they move out, they won't be visiting because of racist sister. And I don't mind, because I don't talk to the bitch, and I've told her, like, she took the phone while I was talking to my sister's youngest and tried to act all that fake nice that she tries to do, like, we're friends. And I'm like, bitch, no, we aren't. You called me nothing but a dirty N-word lover. And it's like, I didn't do that. I've never said the N-word in my life. Bullshit, I've heard you say it several times before. So I know that's a lie. But she lies like it's water to her, like it's just oxygen. So I'm like, I've got the screenshots. I still have the old phone with the screenshot messages. And she's trying to be like, well, what number did it come from? When was this? And then she tried to blame a dead woman. A dead woman. This woman is dead. Cannot defend herself whatsoever. And you're trying to blame a dead woman. And act like that's totally normal thing to do. Okay. I have this string here. If I cut this loose string, will it fuck up something? I hope not. Yep. Alright. So, this is what the hat looks like. I have to take the headphones off. This is what the hat looks like on my head. And now, the shirt. There's a blue dress this shirt will be tucked into. I sewed the ribbon on the wrong side. The ribbon is supposed to be on this side. It's sewn on the wrong side. Well, I need more pink thread. This is all I have left. Maybe I should have put it on the shirt first. Or am I? Oh no, I'm wearing the shirt backwards. I'm wearing the shirt backwards. Never mind. False alarm. I'm wearing the shirt backwards. I'm like, I could have sworn I did really good on making sure it was the right side. There we go. Now, is it the cleanest sewing job? No. But is it cute and working for the vibe I'm going for? Yes. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's cute. Button a button. So look at that. Adorable. I still gotta, like, get up, take a shower, wash my hair, do all that. Shirt's a bit tight, but I'm also wearing another shirt underneath it right now and not a bra. Look at that. Like, it's cute. I like how it looks. And it's giving. And I did sew it where it needs to be sewed. You know, I need to go grab my husband's shirt and sew red ribbon to it. I don't know how to use a hot glue gun. So, I'm gonna go find red ribbon, which he bought at the Dollar Tree. My ribbon, I picked it up at Michael's. I was just like, this color I want. And so now I have extra ribbon. I don't like it when I leave my nails just anywhere because I have accidentally stepped on them. But look at that. The Kurobi, no, I do still need to make bows with it. Shit, I should look up a video on how to make bows. YouTube, my friend. Because I wanted to sew bows. So I have these leggings. These long little socks. I wanted to put a bow on the end of these. And I don't know how to tie a bow usually. We're going to look up how to tie a bow. Oh, this is fraying. Did it all before. Alright. You serious? I can't believe that's some stupid reason you got here before me. There we go. Alright. The table, you know. And be then disappear. Oh, you're the Sally Chow. I see them turn away. Alright. With ribbon. How to tie a bow. Not a sash bow. This'll do. YouTube videos. Alright, that's not what I want though. Bow is cute though. Ah, this might be easier. Up, down. I'm gonna try this tutorial. Hope I don't Fuck it up. Down. We're trying to follow YouTube tutorials. Here. I should. It's not the best though. I don't really like it. I don't think I did it very well though. I think that's fair. I don't know. Uh-huh. Yeah. Ah, it goes so fast. True. Burp, burp. ribbon for so this is hard. Not get how people. Oh, oh, I love videos of little British. Not exactly what I wanted because I can't get this side. Good. I do like it. I'll mess with it later. I'm gonna save this to where's that sewing playlist? Sewing. Alright. I like this little shadish, it's not fall. Alright, time to go find shirt, red ribbon. And red thread. Red thread as I have enough for. Look, but that only took an hour. That's fun. Shuttle silver. No. Now we have a red thread, red ribbon bought from the Dollar Tree. And a video about Sonic Hero effects. Alright. Huh. Pull it out and the fabric's already free. This one, because we have a glossy side and non-glossy side, I gotta be very, very careful with. Where is... Nope. Gotta find the end of the string that I can put it. Uh, uh, yeah. Here. Nope. Thought I had it. Here. Right. It's not gonna be a fuck. Comes time and you face toughest of fights. Time. Standing before the battle's begun. Why is my life changing? My face got rough. I will. It brings meaning to each moment. It's what our hearts are made of. And power of. Good night, baby. Enjoy your sleep. Our love. Mm. what we have so far. I forget how. Red knots. Found someone who cared for me, not as they appeared to be. On your shoulder. That's got his clothes in the washing machine now. Like, damn, you woke up early. Like, yes, sir, I did. I didn't go back to sleep because your eldest daughter, your racist daughter, decided she wanted to yell down a flight of stairs, and I got a text about it, and I'm like, oh, now I'm mad. Ain't shit I can do, but I can bitch about it. My sister, she's too nice. She's not gonna tell dad what his eldest daughter is doing because he always takes her fucking side anyway. But I don't give a fuck. Oh, I tried to send my sister a picture of my. Shit, I dropped a red thread. Well, I don't need it right now, but gonna be a pain looking for it later. Ah. Send my sister something somewhat nice to look at. Team Tactics. God. This day and night. Nobody tell my husband I stabbed myself. Yeah. My needle, it's fine. Only my jumps. You know, I still have a pair of pants I still need to him. Oh, someone try to catch me. Oh, catch me if you can. Oh, someone gotta catch me. Come catch me. You can. down. Peel back. All right, we have a sleeve with a trim on it. I now need to go put trim on this sleeve. I believe he wants the trim here. And then we'll go work on stripes. I gotta make stripes on here. Oh, I'm so tired. It's been 2 hours of working on this. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna stretch. Oh my god. Begins. So tired.